Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is John with Tommy's Top Picks, here to give you a couple interesting little tidbits I've heard recently. I will not bore you with our recent ad, but if you are interested in cubing majigs to create your own cube at home, like I am doing in this video, check out the link in the description below. Basically, I'm just making a cube that's replicating each of these boxes. I have one I'm going to do for Monarch, one for Tales of Aria, and I already did one for WTR. So this will be a pretty, just throw the pack. This will be a pretty quick video because I will not be separating anything out. I'm keeping them in their original exact form, so each pack will be replicated in my cube majig so that we can just draft this box again and again. Should be fun. But let's get on to the content. I recently have caught a few interesting rumors, and some of it I'm going to ask if you guys see information on it or any details. I'd love to see it. First and foremost, I hear the new cold foils for the upcoming Everfest set are going to be even better than the ones before. Apparently, somewhere out there, maybe in one of these invite-only Facebook groups or something, someone has shown off a picture of Volda as a complete cold foil, and it apparently looks stunning. I guess the armor and equipment is also cold foil, not just the border, which is really exciting and interesting to me. I would love to see that. I do love cold foils. I'm basically trying to collect every single one. I know that will be damn near impossible, but I'm trying all the same. So if you have images of that, shoot it over to me because I have yet to find it. I've done quite a bit of Google searching, and I was just curious to see it live or where this all came from and find out more about it. Heard that rumor from Kitchen Table TCG. The other spicy rumor I heard, which was very interesting to me, is apparently James White reached out to Chris Sires directly, which I didn't even know they had a direct connection. It's kind of cool. And Chris is an awesome dude. I bought a lot of stuff from him, and I wouldn't say a lot. I bought some stuff from him. I participate in his unseals. I love him. Great dude, great content. So check out his stuff if you haven't. Flesh and Blood unseals. But anyways, he reached out to the patrons, and he basically said he got exclusive information from James White, and James White said that they're trying to make Everfest packs more fun to open, which is awesome if you ask me, because I already love opening the product, but I can understand after opening I think 5 or 6 boxes of Monarch, you start seeing everything like it's just the same thing again and again and again, which makes sense. It's just the way that the game is with the 3 colors and things of that nature, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, add a little spice, make it a little bit more fun to do. And surely they are doing it with Everfest. How exciting. Essentially, what it sounds like is there's going to be 30 different cold foils. So my first gut reaction is, oh no, are they going to do the magic thing where they basically everything's shiny and sparkly and therefore no one cares about any of it? My guess is no, because cold foils are freaking awesome, for one. And two, just because you have 30 cold foils doesn't mean there's one in every pack, doesn't mean it's like that common to get them. So they can still be rare. So we don't know the rarity or how often they will happen. So let's just mathematically, mentally go through it a little bit. What does it look like if, so it's 10 cards in a pack. We know one of the slots, which may be like a token slot, which tends to be an additional card, is the Everfest ticket slot. So let's just say there's 11 cards in the pack, and then occasionally cold foils, maybe they're in that slot, so they don't even take up a slot. Maybe it's some of the Majestics, because they've done that in the past, right? And so we have more Majestics. I think it's 48 or 42 in this. So it's a high Majestic set. I mean, it could be cool, and I love the pulses. I know some people say they didn't like the pulses. I think they're insane. I love the pulses, the cold foil pulses. They're gorgeous, just freaking amazing looking. And so if you follow the Tales of Aria kind of art style, you update it to be the carnival thing, you add spice to each of these packs, so that, or not each of the packs, but to the packs to make it more exciting to open, man. And then the Everfest slot, or whatever they're calling it, the carnival slot. And some of the stuff they teased about that, they said there's all sorts of stuff, including becoming the hero yourself, which I just hope is like a golden ticket in some pack that allows you to become a hero. Like you basically submit a picture and they create a cartoon version of a hero of you using your face. I know that's like a far reach there, but I really hope it happens because it would just be so cool to be like a super fan of the game, opening packs and get this thing that says, submit a picture of yourself to this email address and we'll make you into a hero. And then in the next, 2 sets out from now, you get to become a rune blade or a freaking ranger or something. Like, how cool would that be? I think that would be awesome. And then on top of that, we already know, like, Valda's a new approach, right? And new mechanic that's countering Briar. So that's spicy. I love that. But then you also have this other concept of these kind of PvE type cards that are leaking into it, the party cards where they're drinking and everything, right? So I don't know. There's a lot of interesting stuff to Everfest to get hyped about, and 30 different individual cold foils compared to what they usually do. I think it's like, let's see. Well, no, because they have all the armor and weapon sets, and then they also have usually like 3 from the actual set, give or take, that are cold foil as well. So I think it's still more than usual. So I'm intrigued. I hope they increase the pull rate. We were just talking about this, Tommy and I, and maybe we'll talk about it again on the upcoming podcast. But the idea of increasing the chance of getting things that make you go, ooh, and I will say the thing that came up with me is I've opened, 14, 15 different sets of Magic going back always. And that's one thing they do right. They balance the boxes so that you pretty much always feel like you got something good. Even if you didn't get your value fully out of it, you feel good about what happened. You feel good that you opened the box, that it was worth the time and money to, pull it out and see what you got. And so it's like you're paying for the entertainment, and the entertainment's there. And I like I said, I like opening Flesh and Blood stuff, but this is one of those things where it's like, oh, this could turn a different corner where it's like, oh man, I want to open these. I want to open these a lot. It's really hard to resist not opening these, which I think not a lot of other games. I think Magic really has that down because it's addictive. It's addictive when the game is fun to open itself. And I'll tell you, James has his competition because Magic sees what they're doing, and I think they're a little afraid. And this new year, this year 2022, is looking hot for Magic, and I'll talk about that more in some of the other podcasts, maybe in the podcast rather than in this. But it makes me think about where we're going to be in 2022. You got all these new sets of Magic coming out. They look really good. Some of them look so good that people that don't even play Magic are interested in opening them just for the art. Like Kamigawa, I know that's grabbing some people in. That Lord of the Rings set, although that's in 23, I believe it's in Q1 of 23, that's going to bring a lot of Lord of the Fans people in. And then the new Kapigawa, I think, or Kapagana, something like that, is... New Cap, I'll just call it, is like this gangster noir style. That's going to bring some people in too. So there's some hot competition happening right now in the TCG space, which is exciting. I mean, competition is great, right? We get great, awesome products, innovative new ways of doing things. People bring it up a notch and really try to bring the A game to the market for everyone. And that's good, man. I mean, that's awesome. I'm super excited about it. But man, 30 cold foils. Wow, that's going to be interesting. And since we were talking about Magic here, something that just came out from Rudy that I think is something worth looking at and interesting. Apparently, they're going to print a lot more of these new secret layers. And that is intriguing because it seemed like that was the refuge of the high-end collectors, the people that put a lot of money each month into the game. They were going there as a place to get something special and hold on to it, while all these other sets were like everything was special and nothing was special, right? So now and I'll tell you, Rudy just looked downright dejected over it. It was kind of sad to see how upset it clearly made him, because he was in it. He loved Secret Lair and was buying it, and obviously everything he's bought to this point will still hold up in value and go up because it'll be that time before. But he makes a point that Magic does this whenever it gets a fun or exciting or valuable thing within it, like what's it called, the Great Archives or whatever, and then obviously the different foils, and whenever they do something well and it gets people excited into it, they do it too much. And I guess some patron of his pointed it out, or friend or something, and he's like, yeah, that's right, and it seems they're doing it again, and boy, does it seem like it with Secret Lair. It's funny, I've only bought a few Secret Lair things because I just didn't find it that interesting most of the time. I wasn't really paying attention, if I'm honest, but I just didn't find it all that great. I did buy the was it the Commander deck, because it's the first ever Commander deck they've done, so I figured that's got to be a little special. And then what else did I get? I got like one other thing. I can't even remember what it is now, but I haven't gotten much. And so the fact that now they're gonna, I guess it's print to demand or print all year or something like that. They're changing the printing model, so there'll be a lot more instead of during a very brief window of, I think it's like a month or 2 months or something like that they allow orders. So that will take that out of the equation as far as a place money can park. So it starts to look for new homes. And this is something you get in finance. Sorry, this is turning a little bit into a ramble and a market update, but I think it's important when you start talking about these spicy rumors is how does this impact the market? I'm always thinking that way. And so I look at it and I say, okay, so if Secret Lair is no longer safe, and you're talking about people that dump $30,000 to $100,000 a month into this stuff, which they do, and maybe even more, I don't know. You get to a point where it's like, okay, that's serious cash that feels unsafe in the parking in those places. So where do they go next? And it's going to be to serialized cards. We know that for the Magic fans. It's probably going to be to things like cold foils or maybe even some of the new games. Although, remember, the reason they do it is because it's like the safe zone. It's the bonds of the TCG world, if you will. Magic's a safe parking zone. So what do? Do they buy more set boxes? Do they buy, what is it? And that's the question 2022 will answer. So that's pretty exciting if you ask me. Anyways, so that's it for my speculation or spicy information. I thought I'd get that out there since it's fresh off the presses and would be interesting to you all. Again, if you have pictures of that Valda cold foil, I'd love to see it. Apparently, it's a lot nicer looking. Well, not nicer looking. It's just the next step for cold foils, which is awesome because I already like the current step. So I'm excited to see that. I want to see a picture of it, and I cannot find it. It was mentioned by Louis on Kitchen Table TCD. He said something about Rudy showing it, so I'm guessing there's some private collectors group or something where he showed off pictures, something like that. I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt and see if you can find it. I'd love to see it. And then also tell me what you think about these cold foils. Oh, one other last thing. We're trying to promote this channel and grow it, obviously, and it's going well. Things are improving as we go. But I just found out through Louis again that if you hit the like button and leave a comment, it's like 4 times as valuable as just doing one of the things. So if you want to support the channel and like us, not only check out our affiliate link, but just click the like button, leave a comment, just like, oh, I don't know, hashtag market update. Let's see if that gets anyone putting it in there. And I'll tell you a little bit of final spice here. I intend to do a giveaway based on these hashtags that we have in all of our videos. Only some have them, but we will do separate giveaways for each one. So that's it for now. Leave the hashtag, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.